Yan, medyo ako gusto ko puntahan muna yung topic yung sa pag-iimbestiga ni Secretary Laila de Lima doon kay Vice President Jojo Marbinay. Kapon kasi yung reporter's chair ni Roderick Mendoza. Tapos nagtatanong ako sa kanya, ano ba to? May basbas ba to ni Presidente? Kasi nga syempre, 'di ba, ang under our system of laws, ang nakalagay sa Constitution ang unang mag-iimbestiga ng mga o may primary jurisdiction para mag-iimbestiga ng mga katiwalian sa gobyerno ay ombudsman. So parang kung isipin mo, kung meron na daw kasing field yung field office ng ombudsman, meron nang ginagawang investigasyon. So ngayon gagawa rin daw ng investigasyon si DOJ Secretary Laila de Lima. So inisip ko, hindi ba parang waste of resources na dalawang dalawang investigation na ginagawa. And at the same time, it is the prerogative of the ombudsman to ask the help of the NBI or the police or whichever agency na para tulungan sila sa kanilang investigasyon. It's nangyayari kasi kapag DOJ kasi sa political entity, it's an executive branch of government under the president. So parang medyo madudungisan ng politika, 'di ba, yung gagawing investigasyon. Unlike if it's the ombudsman who is going to do it. So parang inisip ko, wala ba silang tiwala sa ombudsman? Kaya parang sila ang kailangan mag-initiate pa ng investigasyon in this anomalies, no? So hindi lang kay Binay, sa lahat, no?
So tama ka kasi 'di ba, he supposedly government official sa ombudsman. Pero ang understanding ko sa explanation kasi ni Secretary de Lima, sabi niya that walang recommendation whatsoever ang gagawin niyang pag-iimbestiga. But ang usapan daw nila, ibibigay niya lahat ng facts sa ombudsman. Yeah. Because she is not investigating daw kung ano yung inimbestiga daw ng subcommittee. So there is something else daw she is looking into that is different. That is supposedly bigger than the rest of So siguro supplemental, pero parang parang ito na naman tayo sa
political persecution na tinatawag na sabi nila nung mga kalaban.
Kahit ano pang denial gawin mo.
Yun naman talaga no? Kasi syempre, yun nga, dahil it's a political entity nga talaga, yung agency ng government yung DOJ.
Pero sana, kung mag-iimbestiga silang dalawa, magkatulungan na lang sila dun sa kanilang mga gagawin para hindi na rin masyadong tumagal yung pag-uusap. Hindi magkaroon sana ng conflict na iba yung nakikita ng isa, tapos iba rin yung nakikita. Pero problema na naman.
It doesn't seem like a team effort, no, Attorney Reg. Parang yung nangyari kay President Gloria, they were all connected.
Investigating.
They were all investigating, pero kanya-kanyang Ito na naman sila eh.
Yeah. Kong, meron kang
Well, ako, we see Secretary Laila de Lima is has the power to do what she wants to do. No, whether it's a political move or not, she can investigate. At the same time, tama naman, ang may jurisdiction dito naman would be the Ombudsman in Sandigan Bayan. Now, it does not stop also for the Department of Justice to assist in any manner whatever investigation the Ombudsman's doing, because separate yan eh. They don't talk to each other eh. Which is really what is expected, dahil yung isa isang constitutional body, yung isa under the office of the President. So purely recommendatory nga ang gagawin ni Secretary Laila de Lima dito.
Ang tanong ko lang kung bakit parang si Secretary de Lima tumatayong ombudsman din nag-initiate, napakasigasig. Which is ako okay lang naman kasi kung yun naman talaga yung banner talaga ng administrasyon, 'di ba?
She's more aggressive than the ombudsman.
Pero yun nga lang, parang ang ko lang ano ba to, siya lang ba ang mag-initiate dapat na parang isusubo na lang sa ombudsman, which is the ombudsman din naman siya actually kinukwento ko kay Roderick, makapangyarihan ng ombudsman. They can ask, they can subpoena any records. May visitorial powers pang ombudsman. Pwedeng pumunta ang ombudsman sa ahensya at hingin na kagad yung mga dokumento doon right then and there. Ganong kapangyarihan nilagyan ng ating konstitusyon at saka ng batas, yung ombudsman. So bakit hindi gamitin ng ombudsman yung kanyang kapangyarihan to do that? Yun lang ako Parang nagkukulang ba ang ombudsman in terms of being proactive in investigating these kinds of anomalies, 'di ba? Parang okay rin naman na na kay Secretary de Lima, pero yun nga, wala namang private complainant din pa at the same time. So sana si ombudsman magpakitang gilas naman, 'di ba?
Well, depende rin kasi Reg, kung titignan rin natin yung sakop ng ombudsman halos lahat ng public
Oo, lahat
officials.
nga.
So marami rin trabaho, maraming backlog rin, no? Kung babalikan rin natin yung study ng World Bank, yung performance ng ombudsman, especially during the time of Mercedes Gutierrez, was really dismal, no? According to the study. So it does not stop, like I say, the Department of Justice to do its own investigation dahil hindi naman lahat ng kaso dumadaan muna sa Department of Justice. Dumadaan yan sa iba't ibang mga fiscals, no, in all over the places. So yung papel lang naman ng DOJ diyan pag may appeal, 'di ba? So yung number of cases that the DOJ itself is handling may not be as much, no, compared to the ombudsman.
Pero ako hindi, marami rin ng DOJ kong. Meron pa ako mga petition for review na 2 taon na
On appeal na. On appeal na.
2 taon na.
Pero yung first level, wala pa.
One question lang. Ang ombudsman, they're not there to look for anomalies. No? They're there to try cases.
Hindi.
Receive.
Investigative and prosecutorial sila.
So what is their investigative arm? Is it
Any.
So at their disposal.
Yes.
Pero kapag
But they don't have their own in-house.
Kapag mga lower salary grades na hindi sa sandigang bayan, investigative lang sila, tapos papasa nila yung case sa piskal. Tapos yung piskal yung magta-try sa ordinary courts. Oo, ito yung mga career employees, ito yung mga barangay captain, yung mga baba sa salary grade 24, if I'm not mistaken.
So actively they have to look.
Hindi naman they have to look. They can act on any complaint.
So they have the power
They can actively look then at the same time.
Parang IA.
Oo, lahat. Makapangyarihan talaga ang ombudsman.
I would never pa ako nakita na makapangyarihan ng ombudsman sa buong buhay ko.
Well, titignan natin.
Alin?
Maski presidente,
Pwede rin. Kaya lang
pero
impeachable offense.
Hindi mo pwedeng filean ng kaso hanggat mawala sa opisina. Then immune from suit. At yun nga isa sa mga legal questions.
Kung si VP Binay ba, may immunity.
Sa tingin ko, wala.
Gandang test case yan. Ako rin, wala rin.
It's not expressly stated in the Constitution, unlike the President. Although si Attorney Macalintal holds a different point of view.
Talaga?
Oo. Dahil impeachable, immune.
Ay, talaga?
Tingin ko hindi.
Hindi, bakit sila Supreme Court Justice, Ombudsman?
Kasi the Constitution just specified the President.
Sabi nga ni VP Binay, di ba? Hindi daw siya susunod sa subcommittee. I am the Vice President of the Republic of the Philippines.
Kaya nga importante para sa atin, i-test yung mga kasong yan. Ituloy nila, isabpina nila, i-contempt nila para madala sa Supreme Court.
Madala ni
para
VP
meron tayong jurisprudence na pwedeng balikan.
Mag-issue naman ng TRO ang Supreme Court, di ba, kung sakali?
Kung sakali. So it will help us. It will help the lawyers also, and it would also help the legislature on how
in the future
things should be handled.
Kaya nga hindi daw siya inaalis hindi siya inaaway ni President Noy kasi pag inaaway siya, di baka umalis sa cabinet, di mawala yung rank of cabinet, hindi na matanggal. Kasi he's immune as a Vice President.
That's a good ha.
Pero wait lang, bago ka magkonsulta kong Eri, may gusto lang ako itanong kaugnay dun kay Jeffrey,
Laude.
and alias Jennifer. Kasi may mga katanungan kami dalawa ni Jego ano ba talaga dapat daw i-address si Jennifer alias Jenny? As Jeffrey alias Jennifer. Jeffrey or Jenny? Jennifer.
Well, under the Supreme Court decisions kasi, even the Supreme Court admittedly made difficulty in determining, no? Even if you look at the different columns and the papers, they had
mga debate.
I think they decided to go with the choice of the person. No, pero in the Supreme Court, it is more on the medical aspect that they
Kung ano talaga siya when he was born.
So ang importante dito nga ngayon, kulang pa rin talaga sa jurisprudence, no, sa Korte Suprema kung paano titignan itong
mga
LGBT
transgender tsaka
sector. So we have to abide by the Supreme Court now. It's the medical definition. Medical
Kaya
definition.
may alias lagi.
Alias Jennifer. Kasi yun yung parang tinake-in niya na, parang nickname niya. Diba?
That's her
Actually,
choice.
at ako yung based sa decision ng Supreme Court, the only time that they allowed it daw was when there was a person who had a defect that kept on growing to
Correct. Yung mga parang hermaphrodite.
Yes,
ganyan.
oo. And then when naging dominant ang male
Yes.
male part of it, that's when they accepted that yes,
Tama
you can
yun.
be a male.
Kaya medical.
Yes,
Tama.
medical.
No? So wala dito kung ito'y nangyari sa Estados Unidos, considered hate crime ito.
Yeah.
Hate crime.
Wala tayong hate crime law.
Yeah.
No, wala pa tayong anti-discrimination law at yan ay pinaglalaban pa rin sa Kongreso.
Wala pa nga FOI.
Hanggang ngayon. Ayun nga, matagal na rin.
Sabi daw dun sa VFA, Article 5, Paragraph 6,
Yes.
a verdict must be handed down within a year of judicial
Yes.
proceedings
Oo.
or the case will be deemed over. Does it mean
1
na
year.
pag wala tayong decision within the year, wala na tayong case?
Wala na.
Yes.
That's
Oh
how
my
unfair the
goodness.
Visiting Forces Agreement
Oh
is.
my goodness.
Alam naman ng US yan, hindi naman umaabot ng 1 year ang mga kaso dito.
That's how unfair the Visiting Forces
Tama lang sa
Agreement
nila yan.
is. Oo. Kaya kung babalikan natin yung kaso ni Daniel Smith, the courts had to create a special court that would
Para
only
makadali.
try the case. And yung judge was
Relieved of
relieved
other,
of other
ano,
cases.
cases.
Para
Para ma-consider.
Umabot sa 1 year.